1. Welcome, everyone, to the Tethys Shipyards. I am Takeshi Yamato, the Yardmaster, joining our host, the Housecoat Gamer.
Yo.
Yesterday, we did a overview of the Borg in general, and started a new ship, the Assimilator. However, as we were doing that, we noticed that one of the ships, the Borg Octahedron, or Diamond, was really kind of started wrong in Star Trek Adventures. So, I will go over what they have for the Octahedron. Ron will then make corrections in the lore and all of that, and we will make adjustments to the stats after he is done. Alright, so, for starters, Borg Octahedron. Overview. The Octahedron, also referred to as the Borg Diamond, is a purpose-constructed vessel unlike the majority in the Borg fleet. The Octahedron is used as a command and control vessel by the Borg Queen during campaigns against powerful enemies, or when the coordination of activities across the galaxy requires movement of the Queen to a position to better reduce subspace latency. Capabilities. The Borg Octahedron is a truly colossal ship, approximately 10 kilometers along its largest axis. Uniquely among Borg vessels, the craft has much of its internal space open to the outside. This allows for the vessel's powerful subspace generators to produce direct taps into the highest bands of the subspace spectrum. This gives the Borg Queen the ability to communicate with drones and vessels tens of thousands of light years away, with little to no subspace latency and interference common in lower energy parts of the subspace spectrum. These same powerful subspace taps also act as the Octahedron's adaptive subspace field, making these seemingly unarmored and open areas of the vessel some of the most heavily protected. Additionally, huge transwarp coils are paired with these subspace generators. Starfleet engineers theorized that this could allow the Octahedron to generate a transwarp entry and exit aperture large enough for itself as well as a small flotilla of cubes. Each drone assigned to operate within the Octahedron has specialist equipment installed, including powerful subspace transceivers and additional data processing capabilities. This allows the Queen and her drones to directly interface with the collective as a whole in multiple virtual simulations of tactical situations, running through millions of possibilities of a coming battle at the same time. The sheer amount of power needed to run the multiple high-energy subspace taps, along with the massive transwarp coils, suggests either hundreds of matter-antimatter power cores, or that the Borg have an energy generation system currently beyond the Federation's understanding. Traits are Borg vessel and command ship. Its systems are comms 12, computers 12, engines 12, sensors 12.
I don't think we need to run through the whole thing.
Right, fair enough. We did that yesterday.
So let's just get into the meat of it. Does this look like it's 10 kilometers wide to you?
No. 10 kilometers wide, 10 kilometers long. No, I don't think so. It looks more like a kilometer 2 max.
Sub 1 kilometer. It's a lot smaller than the cube.
Yeah. So, Ron, let us go for the adapted version, the remastered version,
the lore accurate version. As for power sources, I am of the personal belief that the Borg take most of, if not all of their power directly from subspace. 0-point energy. Just like the ancients. I mean, what are you gonna do? Subspace is subspace.
Yeah.
What's it gonna do? Blow up in your face?
Right.
So, the vessel runs on vacuum energy, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
Though it probably does have a couple of fusion generators for backup and to start it up.
Yep.
Now, I don't have a problem with most of the stats, though the scale is going to be way the hell down. Because how many drones does the guidebook say?
It says scale. It doesn't give precise numbers, but it's for drones. But scale 14. That would
to the cube.
Yeah, that would suggest thousands, hundreds of thousands of drones. And on a ship on a scale 14 ship, that would make sense. But on a ship the size of the octahedron...
Now the cube, I would say, is... That would apply to the cube a lot better. After all, a crew of 50,000.
Yeah. Yeah, the cube is scale 13.
But this thing is tiny.
Yeah. If there were even half as many drones as there were in a cube in that octahedron, they would be packed in tighter than a sardine can.
So no, it is not scale 14. At most, 6.
Yeah.
That does, of course, not mean a damn thing when it comes to Borg capabilities.
Yeah.
As everyone is well aware, these ships are bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, a Borg sphere is a pain in the ass enough.
Yeah. The scale 7 Borg sphere.
So,
yeah.
I don't see any reason to change any of the stats. This is supposed to be one of the most heavily defended, armed, defensible ships in the setting.
But
it's just
scale...
a lot smaller than the book says it is. Because...
Yeah.
I mean, rewatch Dark Frontier. That's all I have to say. Go rewatch Dark Frontier.
Yep. But yeah, scaled down to 6, and that easily drops the resistance down as well to 8 because it still has a blade of armor. And we're also replacing the quantum torpedoes with gravimetric torpedoes. Because according to the book for the Utopia Planitia book, those were first developed by the Borg. And basically the only change there is it drops from it drops from 7 challenge dice down to 6. Otherwise it still has, and it gains piercing 1 instead of vicious 1. Otherwise it still has calibration and high yield.
It's a Borg ship, of course it does.
Yeah.
Still applies.
Yeah. So, yeah. Not quite as big as Star Trek Adventures would say it is, but still a very nasty starship. And also, I didn't mention this in yesterday's video, but we might as well just give if you include the Borg in the game, you might as well give all their ships gravimetric torpedoes, in addition to their cutting beams and energy draining weapons. And of course, if you're doing mirror Borg, add anti-proton beams to that.
Because, and let's be honest here, I'm not sure they did their research for that.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of places, I'm seeing a lot of inconsistencies with established lore and common sense. I mean, again, Dark Frontier.
Yeah.
This thing is the size of a sphere at most, just a little bit bigger. That's the size of a sphere.
Yeah.
So, no. Still tough as hell. And the only reason Voyager even got to kill the damn thing was they collapsed a transwarp conduit on it, and literally nothing could survive that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. That is basically our remastered Borg octahedron. Only thing we did was we removed quantum torpedoes, we removed the colossal rule, we added gravimetric torpedoes in place of the quantums, and we shrunk the scale quite a ways down.
Because, again, it's not the size of a cube.
Yeah. 10 kilometers would have been larger than a cube, and this is not.
I mean, Borg are known for big ships. The Sphere is supposed to be their version of the Excelsior.
Yeah.
And it's even bigger than the Excelsior. Only the Sovereign outsizes that thing.
Yeah. The Borg are known for big. Their ships, their unit complexes, everything is big. But the octahedron being practically a unit complex in itself in terms of size? No. But yeah.
I would also like to share this message to the people who make this game. Rewatch the shows. Do some freaking homework. If you're going to claim something is a certain size,
make sure it is that size.
Because you can't cram 1 million people in this thing without making them sardines. Dark Frontier,
worse. Yeah.
Dark Frontier had plenty of open spaces, so it's got a crew of 2,000 at most.
Yep.
Bye-bye.